starting off with our arm circles backwards. Get your feet shoulder width apart. Hold your core in and rotate your arms. Full rotations at the shoulders, going all the way around, nice and controlled. We're going to be doing that for a little bit more, and then we're going to alternate forward. Now start, same movement, bringing your arms in the forward direction. Full rotations, having control, holding your core in, making sure your arms are going all the way around. Next, we're moving on to our side lunge. If you take your feet in a wide stance, and you're going to be lowering down over each knee, moving from side to side. As you go down, I'd like for you to hold your core in. Hold your core in and have control. Move at a pace where you can have complete control. Your weight should be in the heel of the foot where the knee is bent. So as you go over to one side and bend, you then lift, go over to the other side and bend, holding your core, having control. Next, we're moving into our side step shoulder rotations. So as you're stepping from side to side, you want to have your arms going in and out, keeping your arms at shoulder height. So you should really start to feel the burn in the shoulder as it's going around. But this is what we're doing to get our heart rate up. We're getting ready for the workout that's to come. So we're preparing our body for similar movements. Keep moving from side to side. Keep your arms up. Keep bringing them in and out. As you see, I've turned to the side here because I'm trying to show you how you're holding your core in. And when your arms are going to the back, you should be squeezing your shoulder blades. As you squeeze your shoulder blades, you'll feel it in your shoulders as well as at the back. So next, we're going to be moving on to our star toe touches. So I want you to get ready, last few here, taking a wide stance. As you are rising up, your hands are going straight into the air, then you're bending at the hips and you're using your hands to touch an alternate toe. You go up to the top. As you reach down, you have a slight bend. If you cannot reach your toes, you go as far down as is comfortable for you. So if that means when you bend, you touch your ankle or your knee, then that's what you do. I want you to have full control here. As you are going down and coming up, your back should be straight and your core should be pulled in. We're always pulling our core in. Once again, we're warming up, trying to raise our heart rate. So as we're moving through and your body's getting warmer, you can pick up the pace. Okay, a few more here, and then we're going to be moving into our inchworms. So with our inchworms, we're going to be bending down, walking forward with our hands, holding the poles at the top, squeezing our core, and then we're going to be walking back, rising up, arms up, squeezing the glutes at the top, ensuring we're holding our core. And then we go back down, walking forward, and we keep repeating. So keep going here, again preparing our bodies. When you get lower down, you can hold at the top for a second, holding your core, making sure you're in a nice plank. And then when you go up to the top and you swing your arms up, ensure you really squeeze your glutes in before going back down again. A few more here, then we are going into our standing knee hugs. One of my faves. A few more, and then off we go. I want you to have your feet shoulder width apart, and as you raise your knees in alternating turns, I want you to bring your hands in around your knee. You're not totally touching your knee, you are having a gap in between. And as you do so, I want you to have a slight bend so you can feel it in your core as well. So once again, it's like we're doing a mini crunch as we raise each leg up and we go down, and we should be taking our time. We want to have control here, going at a pace where our heart rate is going up, but where we still have control and balance. So once again, as you bring your arms in, you're not actually squeezing your leg, but you're kind of hugging it virtually and you're squeezing at the core. A few more here, and then we're going to be moving to our oblique twist jumps. So from here, what you're going to be doing is you're going to be swinging your hips to the opposite direction of where your hands are going. So you want to feel your sides moving, rotating, whilst your upper body is facing forward. This is a really good one to get our sides involved, and if you can do this really holding your core in, you should really feel it. A few more here, and then we're going to take our 20-second rest. Now throughout this, we're going to be having rest periods after each 40-second workout, and you can hop from side to side, you can just walk. You can swing your arms backwards and forwards. Whatever works for you, just keep it moving. Here's our first move. Let's go. We are doing a squat, push-up, then a jump. So I want you to go with your feet shoulder width apart. You go into squat position, you go down, you come up. You bring your hands down, step back into a plank position, lower into a push-up, you come up, and before you stand up fully, I want you to burst into a jump. And we're going to repeat this for 40 seconds. Guys, you are already halfway through. You get into your squat, you then lower down into a push-up, and then once your feet comes back to where your hands are planted, you jump up. A few more seconds here and we have a 20-second rest. Now, as this is the first set, you may find that you still have a lot of energy. So you can do a light side-to-side jog. You can rotate your arms around, keeping your feet planted. Whatever you do during rest time, please keep moving and ensure you are taking your deep breaths. So next, we're going to be moving on to jumping jacks. So with your jumping jacks, I really want you to have control. I want you to have control over your body. So as your arms are going up and down, you're keeping firm. Now, those of you who can't jump up and down, you would have seen the inserted video where you can just step from side to side. If you cannot jump, you can still do this move, having good control over your body. As you step your right foot out, your right hand goes overhead. As you step your left foot out, your left hand goes overhead. So you can still work hard. A few more seconds here and we're back into our rest time. So once again, as we are in our rest time, there are different things you can do. Just keep it moving. This is a great time for you to catch your breath. Taking deep breaths in through the nose and out through the mouth really helps to regulate your heart, and then it gets you ready for the next set, which is about to start. And we're doing leg raises, so please go to the floor. I want you to plant your left foot and keep your right foot straight and bring it up and down twice, then plant that foot and raise your other foot up and down. The whole time you are doing this, you want to keep your core tight and you are alternating, raising your left and right legs. Do it twice. So you're going to bring the leg up, down, then up, then down, and then you're going to switch over. I really want you to hold your core with this and keep going. Now, for those of you who may want a bit more, the floor that's planted, you can have it raised up. But with a few more here and then we are going into rest. Get ready. So you can stand up here and this is your rest time. Keep it moving. If you're starting to feel, your heart rate's going up a bit more, you're taking a deeper breath, hands over your head would allow you to get more air in. Suck that air in, blow it out 2 or 3 times, and then you should get some more regulation to go again. We are back into our squat, push up, jump. Take your feet to shoulder width apart, go into a squat. As you're going down, have control over your core. Keep moving, do not stop. Have control into your squat. Then you bring your feet together, stepping down into your plank position where you do your push-up. Lower yourself, come back up, and then go and do your jump. If you cannot jump, if you have joints that are sore, when you stand up, all I want you to do is really squeeze your glutes and then go back into your squat, ready for your push-up. There's always modifications you can do, guys. But take a pause, we're going into rest. So now, as you already know, you can catch your breath here, keep your feet moving, swing your arms. You can have a little rotation of your wrists or ankles. This is not a time to be static, it's just a time for you to catch your breath, ready for the next set, which is now. We're doing our squat arm swings. I want you to just take into a squat position, swinging your arms forward. Then once you come up, swing your arms back and really push them into the air. Now, when you're swinging your arms out, I want you to have control. So if someone said pause, you'll be able to freeze in that position and your arms just wouldn't be flailing about. As you are doing this, it's all about having control. This is building strength, it's building power, and it's burning calories. So you go into your squat position, go as low as is comfortable for you, and then swing your arms up. A few more here, and then we are going into rest time. Again, I'm going to repeat on the rest time. You know, you could take a cheeky sip of water. Halfway through, we will have a longer break. So it would be really good if you can just keep yourself moving during this time and get ready for the next set. It's going to be a glute bridge, so please lower to the floor. With your shoulder blades on the floor and your heels planted close to your bum, I want you to push from your hips. Push your hips up into the air and squeeze. Lower back down. Now, when you lower back down, you don't have to touch the floor. If you're starting to fatigue or you want to modify, you can have a pause, rest your hips on the floor, and then push up again. And if you just want to really push yourself, you can just hover and go back up. And when you get to the top, if you want to push yourself some more, you can do some pulses and squeeze before moving on. A few more here and it's rest time, guys. There we go, we're in our rest position. We are moving thick and fast through this program. So as you hop from side to side, or you're pacing around the space that you have, or you are rotating your hips, you're rotating your spine, you're swinging your arms, just keep moving. Okay guys, we're going back into our squat, push-up, jump. Get ready. So you're gonna have your feet shoulder width apart, and you step into your squat. You go down, squeezing and holding your core all times. Then you lower, bring your feet together, lower down into a push-up. There we go, you push, and then we're gonna jump up. And for those of you who can't jump, when you stand, just squeeze at the top and then step back into your squat and go again. And again, if you're having difficulty with your push-up, when you do your push-up, have your knees down and just gently push less weight when you have your knees down. So there's always modifications, guys. But it's rest time. So up on your feet, you're going to be hopping from side to side, swinging your arms. This is really important during these rest times to keep moving, because you want to keep your body warm so you are nice and ready for the next move, which is coming up. Go down to the floor. We're doing push-up baby pose. So as you can see, I'm lowering down. My palms are not moving from their position. My knees are down, and as I push up slowly, I go back into a pose, stretch the arms, then I move again. I'm not holding any pose for too long. I'm keeping it moving, making sure to use the back of my arms, my triceps, to feel the burn, but it's got a little rest in between, which allows us to get a few more reps out. So keep this moving, guys, keep this moving, and your rest time is coming up in 3, 2, 1. Here we go, here's your rest. We're moving from side to side, swinging your arms, rotating your wrists, rotating your ankles. Whatever you do, it's really important here to keep moving. If you want something more intense, you can do some knee highs or anything, just keep the heart rate up. Okay guys, next we have plank, lower down to the floor. We are doing a low plank, so you want to make sure you're on your elbows. Now here, you really want to make sure your spine is in line with your hips is in line with your heels. And that is going to be your ideal plank. So what it feels like you're arching your back and you're lowering, you're tilting your hips forward to the floor. So you're curling over in your back, squeezing in your stomach. If you need to pause and take a rest, lower yourself, take a few breaths and get back in it. We have a little bit more time, and then we are at our halfway point, and you'll have a minute's rest. So keep pushing, keep pushing. Awesome, you made it. You've made it halfway through the workout. So now we have a minute's rest for you to grab some water, really kind of shake your arms and legs out, and just get ready. It's really good to refresh. When we have a longer break in between reps, what it allows our body to do is get oxygen round. So for our next set, we're giving it our all. You're better off being well rested and going to give your workout 100% than being fatigued and you can only give it 40%, because then you're more likely to lose form and maybe lead yourself to an injury. So enjoy this rest time, grab some water, keep yourself moving and get ready for the next set. Okay guys, get ready. We are moving into our squat, push-up, jump. So once again, you're going to be taking your feet shoulder width apart, then you step out into your squat, lower down. The whole time, hold your core. If you really, if you don't want to do any plyo and you're really trying to work on strength, this is a good time to move with stealth, move slowly. When you're stepping out, have such refined control, holding and squeezing your core all the way down and then slowly coming up. And as you're bringing your foot into you, try and really focus on the balance as you're holding one foot before you step down into your push-up. And again, do it nice and slowly to build your strength. That's it, guys. It's rest time. Finish that last piece and then we are still moving. So although this is our HIIT, we're working on keeping ourselves moving but also focusing on control, because it's really important when you do moves that you have good technique. Into our jumping jacks. So we are doing our jumping jacks. With your jumping jacks, you want to have your arms going up over your head and back down where they're tapping your sides, and do it in a way where you are in control. It's in alignment with your body. So if someone said freeze and you put your arms out, you wouldn't finish the rotation just because you're moving on momentum. So you want to push yourself, but you want to have control. And as you're going up and down, just keep going. You might feel tired, but remember you have 20 seconds rest. So even though you're feeling like you want to stop, just try and push yourself because your rest time is about to start. Here we go. We are now in rest time. So as you're on the second half and your body's getting more tired, you just keep trying to give it your all and push, because it's a 30-minute workout, 2% of your day. And also of that workout, it includes your cool down. Okay guys, get ready. We're going into our next move, leg raises. Lower to the floor. And again, you're going to be alternating as you raise one leg at a time. This is a real good core exercise. So you want to keep one foot planted and you raise the other one all the way to the top, down and back again. So you can get as much reps here as you can. Squeeze your core, maximize on it, and keep each leg that you're moving, do at least 2 reps there. If you want to challenge yourself more, you can lift your planted foot off the floor whilst your other foot is going up and down. That is a real challenge. But it's rest time, and here we are. We're hopping from side to side, or we're walking around the room. We're moving our arms. If you want to get more air in, raise your arms up to open up your lungs and really focusing on taking that deep breath in and pushing out. Here we go. We're back to our squat, push up, jump. So you're going to be having your feet shoulder width apart. You step out, lower down, squeeze. Let's see how much you can get in here. As we keep repeating this move, you will find that your technique is better, your control is better, so potentially you can move faster. So as you're moving faster in this move, getting more reps, your sweat is coming, you're going to feel good after, trust me. Step out, squat down, when you get to the top, squeeze up. When you do your push up, give it your best shot. Here we go, we're in rest. This is rest time, guys. As we're moving from side to side, I can't stress enough about your deep breaths. Get the oxygen around your body, pushing yourself so you can do your best. Okay, we're going to be moving into our squat arm swings next, so get ready. Here we go, the squatting down. And as you squat down, swing your arms in front of you. And then as you are coming up, swing them all the way. And even though it's a swing, it's a controlled swing. So you're pushing. You're swinging your arms, but it's like you're pushing something. And when you get to the top, give it a good push and then come back down, do your squat again. If you want to make this harder, feel free to add jumps in. Add the jumps in if you want to make this more intense. And if you want to slow it down, you don't have to squat as deep, and you can take a pause in between. It's our rest time. I wonder who is having the best rest time. You know, we look forward to that. That's the great thing about HIIT, because, you know, it's not long before you get a break. So when you're doing your 40 seconds or 30 seconds, you know the rest is coming. So enjoy this rest, because we're going into our glute bridge next. Please get to the floor. So from here again, your shoulder blades are on the floor and you're pushing all through your hips. So when you start and your heels are kind of closer to your glutes, as you're pushing up, you really want to push through your heels. So you can even kind of lift your toes off the floor just to see how much weight is actually going into your heels, because that's really what you want to be using. Squeeze all the time, squeeze all the time. It's like my favorite thing. Squeeze your glutes, squeeze your core. No matter what move you're doing, you can incorporate so many parts of your body and just keep going. Like seriously, it's your break time soon. Just keep going. Here we go, into that rest time. You guys know what to do. Deep breaths, keep it moving. Okay guys, get ready. We're moving into our squat, push-up, jump. By the end of this, you're going to know this off by heart, how to do this. I'm not going to need to talk at all. With your push-ups, if you're starting to get fatigued on your arms, remember, just lower your knees. And when you go down, what you can do is take a rest, so you can lay flat on the floor, lift your arms up, and then you can push again. There's always modifications. But the key is, if you just keep moving, if you're doing your best, that is all that matters. You will be getting stronger, you'll be getting better, as long as you are doing your best. Come on guys, you got this. Push-ups, let's go. Jumping at the top, let's go. Squatting, let's go. Okay, we're in our rest time now, and as we're in our rest time, we're hopping from side to side. Hop from side to side, enjoy the music. Hop from side to side. You can also, you know, quieten the video, it will stop me talking, and put your own music on, and then keep going. Whatever gets you going, do it. Okay, so now we are going into push-up baby pose. Push-up and baby pose. So from here, you are on your knees already, and you are going down into a push-up. As you can see, I'm kind of rotating at the elbows, so I'm going forward over my elbows and then coming back. You really want to work on technique here, because it means you can get more reps out, it's more comfortable, and you're less likely to cause yourself an injury. Keep going. And if you are starting to fatigue here, again, when you get to the front, take a rest. And if you want more, don't have your knees down. We are in rest time. Can you imagine? You're coming close to the end. You know, you've only got one more move left before we get into our cool down. Imagine that. So enjoy this rest time, because next we're going into plank. So I want you to plank for longer than you did before. Mentally push yourself. Okay, we're down in low arm plank. Your shoulders should be over your elbows. Your back should be in a line with your heels. Try and be like a plank of wood. That's what you want to be like. Hold it. Hold it, hold it, do not stop. Hold it, hold it, squeeze your core, squeeze your core. You can do this. Hold it. It's the last move before your cool down. Hold it, hold it, hold it. If you take a rest, take 2 or 3 breaths and get back in. Hold it, you are nearly there. You only have a few more seconds and then you are done. Ready for your cool down. Well done. You've made it, guys. You made it to the cool down. So now we're just gonna do some, these are like our knee hugs here, okay? So we're just gonna start off still with a bit of movement, because we want to bring our heart rate down slowly. We don't want to shock our body, yeah? So we need it to cool down nice and slowly. So as you're doing your knee hugs, remember to really still bend at the core. Still bend at the core and go at a pace where you're kind of slowing yourself down, but you're still moving, yeah? Next, we're going into our arm circles. We're going to rotate our arms backwards. So you can still be stepping side to side if you still have a bit more energy. Rotating your arms backwards, and then we are alternating, going forwards. We're going to be rotating our arms forwards. So we really just want to keep moving, you know, frank our shoulders. I know they must be burning, but we're nearly done. And you can slow it down as you're going. Get ready. we're going into our star toe touches. Nice big stretches here. So as you're going down here, you can really want to be pushing. So you're pushing your glutes backwards, and you really want to slow it down to get a bit more of a mini static stretch as we go, because then we're going to go into a hold. What you're going to do when you go down to touch your toe, hold it for 2 seconds. And then we're going to alternate, hold it for 2 seconds. We'll do that a few more times. Then we're going to hold it for 4 seconds. Okay, you're just going to hold it for 4 seconds, and you're pushing your glutes back. You should start to feel it as you push your hips backwards and you're bent over. You should really start to feel it in your legs, and that's what we want. Is we want to stretch those muscles out. Come up for a breather and go down again and stretch those muscles out. Staying in the wide stance, we're moving on to a side lunge. So here, I really want this to be a lot slower than it was in the warm-up, because you want to stretch your inner thighs here. You really want to stretch it. So hold it for as long as feels comfortable for you. So it could be 2 seconds, 3 seconds, 4 seconds. And I really want you to focus on the slow moving and the actual stretch of it. We're then going to be moving on after this a few more times. I want you to plant your hands in front of you, and we're just going to do a straight over fold here. Go in as low as is comfortable for yourself. Once you've found your comfortable position, move over to your right foot, pull in and stretch in, and then walk over to your left side, pull in and stretch in. You should feel good. And then I want you to walk your hands and feet to the middle, bend and really hug your legs in. So now you're kind of in a fold, and from your fold I want you to roll up slowly, making your neck be the last thing that you bring up to the air. And once your hands are in the air, you stretch real strong. Just fold one of your arms over your back and pull with your alternate hands on your elbow. You should start to feel a nice stretch in your shoulders. This should feel amazing. You want to alternate over to the other side and pull. You really want to pull that out. Once you've done that and you've held that for, a few seconds and it feels good, swing your arm in front of you, cross your alternate arm over by your elbow, and you are pulling. So again, we're really trying to stretch these arms out. You want to stretch these arms out. Once you've pulled that, I want you to alternate for your other arm to now have a go. We want both of them to feel just as good. No neglect. Once that feels good, I would like for you to bend over, stepping 1 foot forward, keeping your chest forward, head up, and grab as low as you can. It could be at your ankles, it could be at your calves. But I want you to pull here so you can feel burn. Once you've held that for a while, I would like you to then alternate your feet and pull on the other side. We're getting the back of the legs here. Next, we're going to be moving on to the front of our legs. Right, so you can find something to hold on to here. I want you to pull your foot into your glutes at the back. Now try not to pull too hard on your toes. So you want to kind of hold from your ankle whilst you're supporting yourself, and then you're going to alternate to your other leg and really stretch that quad out. And we have come to a close, guys. You have done amazing, so good. Whilst I say good job, rotate your wrists, rotate your ankles, pat yourself on the back, and you are ready and done for today.